Hey guys, how's it going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're going to be talking about the AK-12 assault rifle. But just before we start, I want to say sorry that I haven't posted in a few days. YouTube screwed up the upload of yesterday's M16A4 video, and because it's a 25-minute video on Australian upload speeds, it takes over 10 hours to upload. Needless to say, I'm pretty frustrated, but don't worry, it'll be out very soon. But anyway, back to the AK-12. Now, I'm sure anyone who's played Battlefield 4 would be somewhat familiar with this gun because it's the starting gun in the assault rifle tree. I think for this reason, many people tend to abandon it pretty quickly before appreciating how well it actually works. In a nutshell, the AK-12 is designed for stability and accuracy, which makes it a great long-range AR. I know I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, so let's take a look at the stats and see why. The AK-12 has the standard assault rifle damage model, dealing 25 damage out to 8 meters, which drops off to its minimum damage of 18 at 55 meters. This means you're looking at around a minimum of a 4-shot kill at close range or a 6 to 7-shot kill at long range. It doesn't fire very fast, with a rate of fire of only 650 RPM, but interestingly enough, when in burst fire mode, it fires at 750 RPM. Assuming you can time your shots perfectly when in burst fire mode, this brings the gun's RPM into the middle of the pack, even going toe-to-toe with the rate of fire of the M416. What the AK-12 lacks in rate of fire though, it makes up for in accuracy and ease of use. Its base accuracy is no better than any other assault rifle, but it has a spread increase per shot of only 0.085, which is better than pretty much all of the other assault rifles. It's also got a very manageable recoil pattern with a 0.3 pull up, a 0.15 pull to the left and a 0.1 pull to the right. This combined with the gun's low rate of fire makes the AK-12 one of the easiest assault rifles to control. Now, as far as standout stats go, this is about all the gun has to offer, but like most of the better weapons in Battlefield 4, it's the combination of better than average stats that make this gun work so well. It's got a decent muzzle velocity of 600 meters per second and a quicker than average reload time of 3 seconds empty and 2.05 seconds with the bullet still in the chamber. So the question is, how does this weapon perform in-game? Well, in my opinion, the AK-12 falls somewhere in between the SAR-21 and the AR-160. On paper, it's not quite as accurate as the SAR-21, but I think it makes up for it by having a lower horizontal recoil. The AK-12 has also got a considerably better recoil pattern than the AR-160, so as far as the slow-firing ARs go, I'd say this is probably one of my favourites. Now, obviously this weapon isn't a FAMAS beater in close quarters, but I'm sure it'd hold its own much better at mid to long range. Putting accurate shots on target is the AK-12's strong point, so for most larger maps this weapon makes a lot more sense than a lot of other ARs. If you like to play a more passive role, or if you're new to BF4, then this gun should work just fine for you. So what attachments would I run with the AK-12? Well, this gun is a perfect candidate for the heavy barrel. It's not going to get away from you like some other ARs will, and this will seriously improve your ability at long range. Even with a heavy barrel, you're still not going to be dealing with much more recoil than a stock AR-160, and combined with an angled grip, you're going to be getting into laser beam territory. I'd probably edge towards the tac light over the laser sight because usually hipfire isn't so effective with slow firing weapons. Also, the tac light is much less likely to give your position away if you're engaging targets from a distance. The magnifier could also work with this gun, but when I do run with it on ARs, I tend to use it pretty infrequently. I wouldn't run the muzzle brake, the compensator or the suppressor with this gun because they'll all nerf the gun's ability at long range. Also, I wouldn't recommend the higher powered optics for this gun. You've probably heard me say this 100 times about different assault rifles, but it's for good reason. Target acquisition is much easier with the one-time sights, and this weapon isn't exactly a DMR that needs more magnification. But anyway, to wrap up this review, is this a gun that you should stick with from the start, or a gun that you should revisit? Well, definitely, but it really depends on your playstyle. I like to play the mid to long range game nearly all the time. I'm not the sort of guy who runs in guns blazing, and I like to try and keep my KD as high as possible. So if you're this kind of player too, then the AK-12 would probably be a great gun for you. But if your top weapons are the MTAR, the VAL and the FAMAS though, you probably might have a hard time getting used to this one. Is this gun the best assault rifle in Battlefield 4? Well, probably not, but it is worth a second try if you haven't given it a go since launch. But anyway guys, that just about wraps it up, and as always, if you like what you see, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please check out all my other Battlefield 4 videos. I've got them all linked in a playlist in the description below. And if you have any suggestions for weapons or loadouts that you'd like to see in future episodes on this channel, then feel free to let me know in the comments of this video or send me a tweet on Twitter at BillyEatWorld. But anyway, until next time, see you later and have a good one.